Hello everyone. This video I wanted to go over this 3D model I found on Thingiverse. It's called the Eccentric Cycloid Generator. And I was so excited to see it that I printed it out before I realized that it says in the post that it's a work in progress. So there's a few things I had to do to get it going. And one of the things I had to do was create a bushing, because you have 8mm shaft that goes through the upper and bottom parts of it and fits into some skater ball bearings, but the hole was too big, so I made a bushing. I went ahead and posted it on Thingiverse if anyone else wants to do this, but there really wasn't a way to mount this top piece to this plate that holds the coil, so I got it just kind of glued in place. And also the hole on this piece here that you attach the magnets to was not big enough for the 8mm shaft either, so I made the mistake of drilling it by hand, and it has a little bit of a wobble to it, so that's less than ideal. But and another thing was I didn't have the right winding, the right size magnet wire. I've got 22 gauge, and I ran into a problem where it was getting too thick to really go much further than that, so I've only got like 35 loops in the coil there, so I'm not going to get nearly as much voltage as you saw in the video of the original poster. I think he was getting 16 or 18 volts or something like that. So let me show you how it goes. I'm going to wind it, and I've got it hooked up to an oscilloscope. And right now I'm showing about 1.4, 1.5 volts. If I turn that really good, I can get it up to maybe 2 volts. So if I get the small wire, I'm going to rewind this, try to do 200 loops like the author of this recommended, and I should get a lot more voltage. But what I wanted to do is show you it can get a little bit more if you go faster. So I've got an LED here, and these red LED have a forward voltage of about 1.8 volts, and if you notice, the waveform is alternating current. So really I need about 3.6 volts or so for this thing to start lighting up. So let me take off this handle here. There we go. Let's see if we can get this thing to light up. I need a little bit more speed than I can turn it. Alright, let's see what we can do. There you have it. So right when it got to about 4 volts or so, a little bit under that, you saw the LED started lighting up. So that's about it. So if you want to make this on your own, I would recommend don't drill this by hand. See if you can maybe modify the model of this and make the hole bigger if you're going to use some 8mm rods for that. Use some smaller wire. I would go with 30 or 32 gauge if you can. That way you can wind 200 loops in the coil and fit it all in there. And same thing with this. I printed a bushing. Like I said, I put that bushing in Thingiverse. That fits in here, so it'll fit on the 8mm shaft, but same thing with that. It's probably best to modify this design and make the hole smaller so you don't need that bushing in there. So that's about it. If you wanted to make one of these on your own, just go to Thingiverse and search for the Eccentric Cycloid Generator and give it a shot. It definitely generates electricity.